Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are taking on the ultimate, and I mean literally the most ambitious DIY construction project in human history. We are going to look at what it takes to actually build a time machine. We've all seen the movies, right? We've all read the books. But today, we're stripping away all that Hollywood magic to look strictly at the blueprints, the actual physics, and the mind-bending reality of what it would take to pull this off. Okay, let's dive into this. Believe it or not, we actually found a literal step-by-step guide published on Instructables by a really imaginative creator who wanted to bring some historical characters into the present. The required materials? Get this. A few lengths of 2x4 wood, some coat hangers, about 6 meters of Velcro, heavy-duty hinges, a blinding 300-watt bulb, and, of course, the whole shebang wouldn't be complete without a smoke machine. You assemble the frame, staple on the Velcro, fire up the smoke, and boom, you've got yourself a time machine. But hey, as fun as that weekend project sounds, that's really just a theater prop. It's a bit of a bait and switch for our purposes today, actually, because it brings us to the serious question we're answering in this explainer. If we swap out the wood and the Velcro for the cutting-edge concepts of theoretical physics, can we build a real time machine? Well, to answer that, we have to completely leave the hardware store behind and step into the universe of Albert Einstein. Part 1. The Physics of Time. So, the very first thing we need to wrap our heads around is a verified fact of general relativity called time dilation. Simply put, time passes at different rates for different observers depending on their relative speed or the intense gravity they're experiencing. This means forward time travel isn't just science fiction, it is a measurable reality. To put that into perspective, Russian cosmonaut Sergei Avdiev spent over 2 years in orbit traveling at 17,500 miles per hour. Because of his speed, he literally traveled 1/50th of a second into the future compared to those of us down here on Earth. So, let's contrast our two directions here. Moving forward in time, that's simply a matter of engineering faster ships or getting closer to massively heavy things like black holes. We actually know how to do it, even if our current tech limits us to fractions of a second. But backward time travel? Oh boy, that is the ultimate sci-fi holy grail. It is an immense theoretical challenge that requires totally bizarre exotic physics to even begin to make sense on a chalkboard. Now, what's really interesting is the specific term physicists use for traveling backward. They call it closed time-like curves, or CTCs. In physics, your path through space and time is called a world line, and general relativity actually allows for the possibility that the geometry of space-time could be warped so severely that a world line loops right back onto itself. If you follow that loop, you eventually return to the exact same point in space-time where you started. You quite literally return to your own past. Part 2. Engineering the impossible.